So the postman's been just arrived with a little package for me from OO Racing. A little bit of kit to try and get another couple of mile an hour out of the C90. Come over to the bench and have a look, see what we've got. So this is it. Decli. It's basically a copy of, oh look, we've got two taps. It's a copy of the original carburettor. Clearly made in China. So we've got a quite nicely made carburettor here. Comes with two taps. So you can have the twin outlet or single. In our case it's only one, so that's fine. See the choke mechanism all looks the same as standard. Yeah, it's quite nicely made. Decli, standard of Japan. At least they didn't say made in Japan. And it's a key-in copy. It's got key-in on there, but it's not a key-in, is it? If it was, it'd be about 200 quid. Little sticker on there. But what's different about it, you may ask? Why? Well, this is slightly oversized. I think it's 3mm. So it's a PZ19, which is the same as standard. But this is, according to OO Racing, Adrian down there, he knows what he's talking about. It's got a 3mm oversize somewhere. So we'll measure that intake and see what that is. Yeah, so that's nearly 20. But the Venturi effect, when it gets in there, it gets bigger. I think the slide is bigger, and it's supposed to flow. I forget his wording. Significantly more air, I think he said. I don't know how much significant really means in percentage. But you can see the Venturi is like oval shaped. It does look bigger. It's supposed to flow more air. So we might just get a little bit of extra top end. Just another couple of mile an hour, which would be quite nice. Because at the moment it does feel as if it's holding back. It's not getting the top speed it could. So what I'm going to do is take my carburettor off that I've got on there and compare it to this one side by side. We'll have a look at the jets. Then finally fit it and take it out for a test ride. Right, so by the power of editing, I'm going to snap my fingers and all that's going to be in pieces. I've always wanted to try that. And there we have it. One carburettor. Let's compare the two. So side by side they look exactly the same. I'll measure that. Yeah, that's nearly 1 millimetre smaller, that's that one. But nothing in it really. You can see that one's been opened up very slightly, only by like 1 millimetre. Nothing in it though. So the rest of it looks the same, but a huge difference in the size of the slides. So that's a C90 slide, and that's the new 00 Racing. Look at the size of that, hugely different. It's a monster. So that's 18mm diameter. That one's only 15, so it is 3mm. So the slide is 3mm bigger. So yeah, I suppose that will flow more air. Needle's bigger as well. And of course the cap is going to be different. So I'll have to swap the caps as well. So I'll have a look at the jets. So my carb on here is actually set up quite well. It's very slightly rich. Very, very slightly. Almost not worth worrying about. And I've been riding it like it for ages, so I haven't worried about it. It's still stayed nice and clean in there. That's been a good carburettor, that has. This was the £14 eBay special. Let's get this apart and have a look at these. So it'll be interesting to see what jet sizes come in the new carb. I reckon these came out of the same factory, although this new one does look slightly better quality, just slightly better. I would imagine all parts are interchangeable. All these parts look exactly the same. So I can see 85 on that main jet. I don't know what the pilot jet is, I can't read that. So what's that one? That looks like an 85 as well. But I will double check that. So interestingly, the main jets are the same size, so I'm going to leave those. Pilot jet, I've got a 40, and it's a proper Japanese jet in this carburettor that I've been using, and this is running nicely. So I'll junk the Chinese main jet, pilot jet, sorry, and I'm going to put the 40 in the new 00 Racing carb with an 85 main jet that's in it already. So in theory that should do the job. So let's get it back together, get it on and try it. So I've hit a couple of snags, quite major snags really, and it shouldn't be the case. The new carburettor is shallower in this distance here. It's 5mm shallower, so it doesn't reach the airbox, and it requires a longer throttle cable as well. The throttle cable doesn't seat, it hasn't got enough free play. Doesn't have enough free play to fully seat. So there's won't go fully to the bottom, and that is a pain in the neck. So I've managed to get that carburettor on there. I've pulled the air cleaner rubber as far as I can. It does just about stretch. It's not the end of the world, but it's not quite right, is it? It's under strain now, and that rubber might split. I've got no free play on the throttle. I'm just going to try it. It goes very near to the bottom. It might be enough. So I've put some fuel in it. It's always a good sign when petrol doesn't piss everywhere when you turn it on. Full choke. So we haven't got enough free play. I thought that might be the case. What a bloody pain in the neck. So this is the culprit. I need to make that longer. So I'm going to have to chop a piece of the outer. I don't like butchering that original cable, but I've got no choice if I want to complete this project. Attempt number 2. I cut about 1/4 of an inch off that cable. Got plenty of free play now. In fact, I had so much I had to adjust this adjuster here up by the throttle. I can hear it's hitting the stop. Try that. Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. I will take it around the block before I put it all back together though. So unfortunately I've lost my chest mount adapter. So you're going to have to suffer looking at my ugly mug just while we give this a test. We'll just let it warm up a bit. First impressions aren't great. Why are carburettors such a bloody pain in the neck? So I'm not going to go too far at the moment. Let's just turn round. Jesus! Bloody woman nearly took me out. You didn't see that, did you? Yeah, it's not great. So we'll try it down the straight. So it should have warmed up a bit by now. Yeah, it just sort of holds back a little bit. So the main jet and pilot jet are exactly the same. Needle position and air screw don't make an iota of difference at higher speeds, so don't worry about those. It's just in the middle clip on the needle, but that won't make a scrap of difference. You can move that as much as you like. That is just for very fine tuning. Same with the air screw. Well, it feels nice and smooth. Not too bad. It doesn't like full throttle. It just goes boo. I'll turn you round so you don't have to look at me. Right, let's try that. Go, go, go. Come on. I'm going to get overtaken, I think. So it's I don't know. Yeah, it's not good. Come on, Mr. Kia. You overtook and now you slowed down. Yeah, if you give it full throttle, it's just and it actually speeds up if you back off the throttle. So the bottom end jetting is lovely. I'll take the plug out and see what that looks like. Right, so I've checked the plug. That all looks all right. I can only assume that the carb is being held back by the standard exhaust, possibly the airbox. So I don't think we're going to get any more power out of it really. So in conclusion, don't bother buying performance carburetors for your C90 or your Lifan 110 unless you're prepared to go the whole hog and put a different free flow exhaust and air cleaner and stuff on it. Best just to run them standard. I might even put my standard 90 back in, not too sure. So yeah, don't waste your money. Alright, See you on the next one.